still boom. You already know why y'all here. Let's get into this. So, on my last Degrassi video, me talking about how I feel like the writers fumbled the Drew and Bianca and Katie love triangle. Well, we're here today again to make 2 more videos of love triangles that I want to talk about for Degrassi, doing a little deep dive. You know what? Since I'm constantly just off, kind of just like really kind of got done rewatching season 3 for Degrassi, and let me take a sip of my water. Since I kind of just got done watching season 3 for Degrassi, and the Manny, Ashley, and Craig love triangle was like pretty much the highlight of the season. Let me talk about that before I talk about the Drew and Claire and Eli love triangle, and then at the end of this video, I want to talk about what I got coming up for future videos. So the Manny and Craig and Ashley love triangle. I feel like as far as when it comes to love triangles on the show, I feel like to a lot of people this is their favorite love triangle, right? Me personally, as many times I've rewatched Degrassi, I'm going to say the Craig, Manny, and Ashley love triangle isn't my favorite. And I feel like if I say it is my favorite, then I'm just, like everybody else. Like, don't get me wrong, Degrassi did have a lot of love triangles. And if you go on their, like, Wikipedia page, there's a lot of plot lines and storylines they just did, and they claimed that it was a love triangle. Even though it didn't have that type of writing, it didn't feel that way as a viewer. Like, my favorite love triangle in Degrassi that I feel like was really good and it just made sense to me was the Miles, Maya, and Zig love triangle. What I love about that love triangle so much, and I kind of expressed it, is I feel like it gets so much hate. Maybe I should make a video on what makes that love triangle so good, because I'm pretty sure I already discussed the hate. Maybe I should go back and listen to that video on why, if I explain why it's so good as a love triangle, because if I did it, I don't have to make another one. But to me personally, the reason why the Miles, Maya, and Zig love triangle is so good to me, in my opinion, is because I feel like as far as love triangles go and how it was written, that is how it's fucking done. You feel me? Because Maya had feelings for both Zig and Miles, and she kind of led them on. She wanted to be in a relationship with Miles, but would let Zig, do shit where it's like, hold on, Maya, this is shit on a daily that you scream at Miles for, so why is it okay for Zig just to, be cool with it? Like, I feel like if it was different, if it was Zig that she was dating, and if it was Zig, if it was Zig that she was dating, and he was the one who put the gun on Miles, I feel like Maya wouldn't have said anything, considering that I feel like a lot of Zig's behavior in season 13, she kind of just, swapped it. Like, she never got on his ass for how he constantly interfered in her and Miles' relationship, how he always meddled into their business, even if it had nothing to do with him. She never, got on his ass on how, when she didn't want to be his girlfriend or didn't feel the same way about him, he would talk trash about her to all of his friends, or to her face or behind her back. Miles, on the other hand, I feel like Miles had a reason to be a general crash out, because it's like, and then a lot of people say, oh, but then Miles, well, he kind of pretty much said that he knew there had to be something between Maya and Zig, because she's been leading him on for a year, not giving him an answer that she doesn't want to date him, that she just wants to be friends, because she wants to keep the peace. And like he said, I think it's a little too late for that, because whatever you and him were doing before I got into the picture, obviously he felt like that will continue. Now he see you dating someone else, and obviously he isn't okay with it. I feel like Maya should have been more vocal and should have communicated more. I'm not getting into the whole love triangle. I'm just expressing what makes that love triangle so good. What makes it so good to me is that everyone had a part to play. Miles, Zig, and Maya. It wasn't just 2 people doing something while the other person was just laying low. That is why I feel, okay, as far as in that generation with Craig and all of them, I would say yes, the Manny, Ashley, and Craig love triangle is definitely my favorite, because I feel like for for the older generation, I mean for the younger generation, with Emma and Manny, I'm not really sure what other love triangles there were besides that one. I mean, there were some they could have done, but they didn't do them. You feel me? Yeah, I feel like when it comes to love triangles, the Manny, Ashley, and Craig one was definitely a good one. But I feel like overall, for the show, like my favorite love triangle for the show, for the Grassy, is the Miles, Zig, and Maya love triangle. Now, with the Manny, Ashley, and Craig love triangle, still a fantastic love triangle. You know, after all these years, my mind hasn't changed. I don't think it's overrated. I don't think any of that stuff. My only issue with the love triangle is that I wish Ashley had more of a part to play instead of just being the person who gets cheated on. Like, okay, love triangle, right? It's like the writers wanted you to ship Craig and Manny. I never shipped them, never got the hype. I don't get why people do ship them. Like, Manny felt like her and Craig were soulmates based upon her having a crush on him in season 2. And, you know, never really truly getting over that heartbreak of being rejected. Like, if you ask me, the whole episode when she became sexy, I think it has to do with something really deeper than that. You feel me? She got rejected by Craig because he felt like she was too immature. And then the other guy that she really liked in season 3 wouldn't go out with her because she looked like a child and she did not look like her age. So that's why she kind of became sexy, you feel me? Because of guys' approval. She was tired of being rejected and she had to do something to, you know, get their attention, I guess you could say. Neither Craig or the other guy wanted Manny when they were sweet or nice, but now that she wearing thongs in school and wearing provocative clothing, they all on her ass like Sunday dinner. I feel like Manny's character was very male-centered, and I feel like a lot of changes that she made as the character was really for men. Like, I always said that she didn't need to date JT, period. I get why Emma was upset, because it's like, damn, the way she kind of shot him down when they all grew up together, it's insane. And Emma, no, it was really because of her ego, you feel me? She kind of hurt JT, you feel me? But I don't think Manny had to date JT if she didn't want to. JT wanted her for all the same reasons any guy in that school at that time wanted Manny. Because she was hot. Because they did not pay attention to her when she was her sweet self. When she was just sweet and just her sweet, kind self. Nobody liked her, wanted Manny when she was that. When she changed her look, everybody was on her ass. Even Spinner, the main one who called her a slut and all this and that in season 3, he wanted her in season 4. Why? Because she was doing her slutty things. She came on to Spinner when he was in a relationship with Paige, and then you fans drive me nuts when y'all say y'all don't know why Paige didn't like Manny in season 4. That, oh, the way she was coming was jealousy. Man, it had nothing to do with jealousy. What do Paige need to be jealous of? Please tell me. If anything, it's up in his motherfucking stuff because, first of all, I'm not mad that Manny outed Paige's inappropriate relationship with Mr. Olinglander. I'm not upset with that at all. What I'm upset about is that Paige told Hazel, her best fucking friend, something in secret, and she chose to tell it to Paige's aunt. Like, Paige is better than me, because me and Hazel, me and that bitch would have stopped being friends a long, long time ago. Like, are you fucking serious? And not only that, Manny, why do Manny always play like the victim? She always act like she never do what she does. Like, she always the cause and the effect for everyone's suffering. Like, Manny, you made Paige's life in Degrassi in season 4 already a living hell because I guess you could say in season 4 when you look at Paige's relationship, it was already strained because the first 2 episodes she crashed his car due to her losing her case in court. And, you know, he decided to, you know, start flirting with Manny and all this and all that. And I feel like Hazel kind of saw, like when I watched the episode, Hazel kind of saw it but never said anything. She said it when they saw the picture, but I'm talking about when Spinner came in their tryout in the gym and he was like eyeing Manny up and down, just minding her. Hazel saw that. Why didn't she then tell Paige like, oh, I think it's something definitely going on deeper than I'm just being friends? You feel me? My point is, how can y'all sit here and say, oh, Paige was jealous of Manny? Well, honestly, did y'all forget what Manny did? She came on to Spinner when he was in a relationship. What? And Paige genuinely thought they were friends. She thought they were cool, but I guess not. Fuck. Keep your niggas away from Manny because she is a national boyfriend stealer. Period. That's why to this day it blows my mind in season 4 that she tried to chin check Emma about giving blowjobs to Jay. When it's like, girl, should you even be preaching to anyone about doing anything with a nigga when they're in a relationship when you've done it twice and got pregnant by the first one? Yeah, girl, hush the hell up. Wrong, right message, wrong messenger. The fuck? Now, as far as back to the love triangle, started going on my side rant. I feel like the love triangle to me is not bad. Like I said, my only flaw with it is that I wish Ashley played more of a role instead of being the girlfriend who got cheated on. Like I said, they never really did too much with Craig and Ashley's relationship for me to feel like, well, why should Craig be with Ashley and not cheating on her with Manny? Like, why? Not saying anyone deserves to get cheated on. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that the writers could have done a better job at displaying Craig and Ashley's relationship. Like, they made it seem like that the only thing they were connected with was music. It's like, that's it, just music. Like, to the point where even Jake Epstein himself said that he felt like if he had to be in game with any of the girls he had romantic storylines with, he should have been Ashley since they both liked the music. And I feel like, blah, him and Ashley never had any chemistry to me. Not even when they got back together, they were cute, but I still didn't care for them. Like, to this day, I feel like Craig's biggest love story is with Ellie, because it's so much deeper than them both liking music or liking the same things. Like, it's just so much deeper. And I feel like sometimes the writers made it sound like that Craig and Ashley really was connected through music, because it's like in season 3 they didn't even show their relationship as much. Like, you just saw them together, but they didn't show their relationship. Like, we know they got together at the end of season 2, so it's like in season 3, before they even do the love triangle, before they even do the episode where Craig sleeps with Manny and all that, they could have done something where they displayed their relationship. Instead, they just showed that Craig is a horny guy. You know, he's ready to make that next step when it comes to sex. Ashley is not, because she wants to know if he loves her. She wants to know if they are really committed to each other. And, you know, Craig doesn't know how to say I love you because they're hard. You know, him having no parents. Joey is a horrible guardian. How is he supposed to, you know, express his feelings? So much didn't happen. I feel like Ashley could have been a little bit understanding, but I understand where she's coming from. If you cannot express how you feel about me, it makes me feel like what we're doing is very surface level. Like, if we're not able to talk and express how we feel and how you make me feel as far as me being in a relationship with you, then what are you with me for? Because it's giving very surface level. I get that Ashley wanted validation, but I feel like at the same time, you can't force no one to say I love you, especially if they're not ready or if they just don't feel the same way. And I feel like Ashley took that as her answer, that Craig either was not ready or he didn't feel the same way. She should have just let him go. Instead, you know, he wrote her a song with him saying that he loved her because he didn't know how to just say it. And then she told him that he wanted to stay over after everyone leaves, and he said sure. Now, Craig already knew he fucked up by telling Spinner that Ashley asked him to stay over, because we all kind of knew, like, Spinner was kind of childish, and he made a joke about it, you know. And Ashley was pissed off at Craig telling him that, oh, we haven't even had sex yet, and you're bragging. He was like, I only told Spinner, and she was like, oh, you conned me into having sex with you with that song. You didn't mean it. It was a lie. And he said it wasn't a lie. And she said, you don't know how to say you love me, Craig, because you don't really love me. I don't think that was true. Like I just said, I think Craig had a hard time expressing his emotions because, like I said, abused dad, and his dad died, mother's dead. So it's like no one's really there to teach him how to express his feelings. So it's like getting in a relationship where, you know, feelings and all that is kind of involved. It's kind of hard because it's like I'm kind of new to this. I'm kind of new to talking about how I feel and what makes me feel this way, what makes me feel that. I don't think Craig lied when he told Ashley in that song that he loved her. I don't think he did. But one of the main things in this episode that's never talked about, which is episode 7 called Should I Stay or Should I Go, is that how come nobody ever talked about how Manny was very much calculated, that she came to that party hoping that something would go down between Craig and Ashley, which it did, and all of that, she chased him after he left the party. He take her back to his house. He had no intentions of having sex with Manny at all. She wanted to hear him play the song. You feel me? She asked Craig to play the song, and then she stopped him and said that you're the best, And if Ashley can't see that, then she doesn't deserve you. She's the one who seduced Craig. She's the one who took advantage of his emotional state of just getting into a heated argument with Ashley. And she just offered him something that he was not getting out of his relationship, which is pussy. Sex. Like, come on. And then no one ever looked at Manny like, damn, she was really calculated. Like, she had a whole plan. But instead, everybody just looked at Craig, who led her on, used her as a side chick, and got her pregnant. Huh? I don't get y'all mindset. Like, y'all mindset is very wicked to me. Like, it's like Manny could just get away with anything, even if it's like the bottom of the bottom. That was like bottom of the bottom. And then she was crying at the end of the episode when him and Ashley got back together, and he told Ashley right in front of Manny that he loved her. It's like, Manny, what did you expect? Did you think that you and Craig was gonna just be happy ever after, gonna be in the motherfucking sunny sunshade, holding hands? Like, Manny, you calculated the entire night. You took advantage of him after he just got out of a breakup. And did you honestly think him and Ashley was done? She should have waited and knew what the situation was before she just had sex with him. That's her dumb ass. You feel me? Like, she should have waited. And I do feel like deep down, Craig probably felt like a piece of shit for taking her virginity and not being in a relationship with her. But at the same time, Manny put herself in that situation. She put herself in between what Craig and Ashley had going on. If she wanted to be with Craig, she could have waited until him and Ashley broke up, or the relationship didn't work out. And then she could have got Craig one-on-one and did everything that she's been dreaming in her head about. Instead, she has sex with him and then is upset because she can't be the number one. Girl, that don't even make sense. What do you expect? Like, are you kidding me? And in the holiday part, one of the first episodes, I love them down. I feel like Manny again is stupid. Ashley, no, you know, I'm not gonna say Ashley is stupid, because I feel like if I say she's stupid, and I feel like I'm saying, oh, she deserves to get cheated on. What I would say with Ashley is kind of like what I just expressed. They kind of just used her as the girlfriend. Like, they never made it seem like, oh, she should be suspicious of his behavior, constant getting phone calls, disappearing and all that. Like, she never seemed to be concerned with his suspicious behavior, because Craig was moving weird, very suspicious. And it's kind of like, how can anyone not see it? And I feel like Spinner, this is what I would just say. I know him and Ashley are not friends, but I know he told Paige that he saw Craig with two girls. And maybe she just didn't tell Ashley. But I feel like ain't no way in hell that everybody knew that Craig did what he did to Manny after what the fuck am I trying to say? There's no way in hell you could tell me that Paige or Ellie or all of them didn't know that Manny and Craig wasn't fooling around until, Manny asked her about the condom question. Paige kind of knew who the condom question was for, but it's like, okay, then so she knew that they were fucking around, so why didn't she tell her homegirl? Why is she telling her, oh, I think he might have got her pregnant? That's what I'm saying. Like, I definitely feel like Spinner told Paige, but she just didn't tell Ashley, because Paige and Spinner, to me, when they were dating, seemed like they told each other everything. Everything. And so I just find it very hard to believe that, that he didn't tell her. You feel me? Like, Spinner did catch Craig kissing Manny. But instead of getting on his ass like a friend by saying, oh, why did you cheat on your girl? Oh, this and that. And third, instead, he kind of like congratulated Craig for, having his options open, I guess you could say. That Craig doesn't know that Ashley is the girl he wants to be with, so that is why he's cheating on her with Manny, to keep his options open. Like Spinner said, he know that Paige is the one for him, so he doesn't need to, look at any other girl or be like, or feel like he has to look at any other girl or feel like he needs to cheat. Me personally, I feel like Craig cheating should have been held more accountable, and it just shows the double standard that is still here today. A guy can cheat and they don't get held accountable, and it's like, oh, it's the woman who has to forgive them. But if a girl did what a guy did, as far as like we used to date or we were in a relationship and you found out I was cheating, even if I apologize or do everything in my power to make or do everything in my power for us to move on, be honest, you're never going to forgive me because I'm a girl and you don't like the idea of me sharing my body with someone besides you. And it's kind of like that's hypocritical. So you can cheat and do what you do, and I'm just supposed to be okay with it. But me, you're not okay with the fact that I do what you do. Guys don't like what's done to them, period. And it's just an incredible double standard. I do feel like Craig cheating on Ashley is something that everybody should look at. But I feel like in the love triangle, both Manny and Craig did a lot of damage to Ashley. You feel me? Like, for me to say, oh, she only slept with Craig or did anything that she did with him is because he told her that he was the one for her. It's like, Manny, shut up. Because, to me, I don't know. To me, that never makes sense because it's like, Manny, you already had sex with Craig and all of that way before he even told you that you were the one for him. So for you to say that you continue to do everything more after that because he said you were the one for him, to me that don't make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? Because too much damage was already done. Like I just said, she didn't already have sex with Craig. She was already in an ongoing relationship with him behind Ashley's back. So for her to say, oh, anything that for her to say that she only continued doing what she did after he told her that she was the one for him, to me, writing wise, that don't even make sense when you look at in season 2, he rejected her because he didn't like her. So how can it always be her? Yeah, to me that don't even make, and that never makes sense to me. And you know, he lied about breaking up with Ashley. Ashley finds out that he was cheating on her with Manny. Manny is pissed at Craig, not because he was juggling between her and Ashley, because of the fact that he lied about breaking up with her. Girl, that's what you mad at. You mad because he didn't break up with Ashley. You not mad that he pretty much wanted to have his cake and eat it too. You're not mad that he used you as a side chick. You're not mad that he used you as a pussy pocket. You're not mad at what you should be mad at. What you're mad at is that you couldn't have him all to yourself. Man, Manny's mindset never ceased to amaze me. And then she get pregnant by Craig. Then she get an abortion. I feel like, if you ask me, and I don't know if it's because they didn't want Manny to have a baby because Cassie still was so young, but to me, I feel like either Manny or Allie should have been pregnant. Why? Because they dated the most out of everybody on the show, and they constantly were sleeping with all their boyfriends. Not saying that's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is, with the Manny situation, Allie never did anything with another nigga that was in a relationship, okay? But with Manny, I believe in karma. I do. And I feel like with Manny, her getting pregnant was karma. You feel me? And I feel like she should have kept the baby due to a hard lesson that you don't fuck a guy that's in a relationship and then expect it to be sunshine and rainbows. That's just how I feel like. To me personally, I feel like Manny and Craig should have kept the baby. But I feel like a lot of people feel like if they did, that means she would have to be in game with him. No. Craig and Manny keeping the baby would have made me feel like they would have matured up just a little bit. You feel me? I'm not saying they have to be parents the entire show, because we do know the writers had already had it predetermined that they wanted Craig to leave the show. So what I would have done is that I would have made them be parents up until maybe like season 4 or 5, and then, you know, they'd probably give the baby up for adoption, because I feel like you could have still made them teen parents, and then you could have still do all the storylines you were doing. Craig could have still been with Ashley in season 4. He could have still had the romantic storyline with Ellie. Manny could still be with all the guys she was with after she had the child. Me personally, I just feel like her getting pregnant was karma, because you don't do what you do with a guy when he has a girlfriend and expect anything good to come out of it. And that's why the writer should have made a cautious decision and made her keep that child, her and Craig, even if they weren't ready. Manny might have not had a good support system, but Craig did. He had Joey, and he had all of his friends. He had Caitlin. He had all of them. He would have had a great support system. He would have had a lot of people who are willing to help. Like, you feel me? Manny could have moved in with Emma because Emma's mom was already ready to help her out. Emma was willing to help. Like, what are you talking about? Emma said she would have been there with her the entire pregnancy, every doctor's appointment, every checkup, make sure she was cool. She would have had Emma as her helping hand. So, in a way, Manny might have not had a good support system from her parents, but she was gonna have it with her best friend Emma's family. To me personally, I do feel like I should have had Manny and Craig keep that baby because it's just karma. You feel me? And I do agree that Ashley was wrong at the wrong person when Manny got pregnant. She was mad at Manny when honestly she should have been mad at Craig. Because to me, it's like, damn, did you hate me? Like, what is, like, in a relationship when Ashley should have been asking Craig, it's like, damn, what did I do that was so horrible for you to not only cheat on me, but to turn around and get this bitch pregnant? Like, damn, like, what the fuck did I do to deserve it? Because that's just the worst of the low. The worst of the worst, the bottom of the bottom, the lowest that you could ever struck to. Like, I didn't like that Ashley really was pissed at Manny more than Craig. Like, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? And then even though later on in the episode, when they did the whole Battle of the Bands episode, that she was pissed at Craig, but it wasn't that type of energy that she was giving Manny by calling her, oh, national boyfriend stiller, and this and that other shit. Like, with Craig, she just made fun of that he had sex with a ninth grader and said, oh, you're going to tell Manny you love her? And he kind of told Ashley, which is like, I'm surprised that she even got back together with him. Or how can Ashley even be friends with someone who did what they did? I could never. That's what I'm saying. Ashley is way better than me because ain't no way in hell, and season 4 when her and Craig get back together, that I can either be okay with dating a nigga who cheated on me and got this bitch pregnant behind my back. No, that's just the lowest you could shrug. I'm not doing it. Hell no. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no way in hell I could ever let that go. I can forgive you, but I ain't never letting that shit go. When I look at you, that is all I can see. Is a nigga who did the worst to me. Like, are you kidding me? What was I about to say? Dude, I can't remember what the fuck I was going to say. Oh, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, like I said, even though later on in the season when they did Battle of the Bands, Ashley did make a song about Craig, being unfaithful and her finding out how it was the worst thing ever. I do feel like she did, like, make Craig hold accountable, like you did what you did and you need to be apologized. You need to apologize for it. I feel like in the episode, up until she said something, Craig was clueless as if he didn't do anything wrong. But at the same time, I can't really say I feel like Craig was truly sorry when he just told her that he cheated on her. Him cheating on her was calculated, pretty much. Like, if she wasn't approved and, giving it up, he would have never went to Manny. It's like, Ashley, how can you, like, I don't understand, like, how can you take a guy back who pretty much just said that you weren't having sex with him, so he thought it was right for him to cheat? I don't understand, like, just because we're in a relationship don't mean you're automatically obligated to sex. You're not. Even if I'm not ready, you're not. And I feel like when he said that, Ashley should have really looked at things different, like, oh, okay, so him cheating was definitely calculated just because you were ready for sex, but I wasn't, because of the hormones and things of that nature. Like, even though he did apologize to Ashley, but I feel like she kind of had to force him because when they saw each other at the music store, he said he was sorry for making fun of her poem in class, but did not apologize for all the hurt that he put her through. You feel me? Like, I do agree with people in season 3 that when it came to the whole love triangle, Craig really was, like, having fun by just having his way with 2 girls. But afterwards, I felt like he owed Ashley a really big apology. Manny, he didn't owe her an apology. Why? I kind of already expressed that in my Craig video, but y'all want me to say it again? Because Manny put herself in that situation, and she shouldn't need an apology for that. She knew what the fuck she was doing. She kept doing it, even though she knew he had a girlfriend. Period. And when she tried to plead her case to JC by saying, oh, you think I'm easy, he was the one cheating on his girlfriend, but no one ever talks about that, do they? Like I just said, both her and Craig were wrong with the love triangle because Craig was trying to have his cake and eat it too. And like I said, Manny knew Craig had a girlfriend, and yet anything after him and Ashley got back together, she rightfully did. Whether it was having sex or giving him blowjobs or whatever it was doing that we did not see, she did that even though she knew that he had a girlfriend. So if she actually cared about Ashley's feelings or put herself in Ashley's shoes, she would have continued doing what she was doing with Craig. She would have rightfully got on his ass for how can he sleep with her and then get back with Ashley. And then better yet, like, it's just the worst pain ever. It's like, it's hard for me to feel bad for Manny when it comes to Love Triangle when she put herself in that situation. Period. That's just how I feel. So those are my thoughts on the Love Triangle. I absolutely love the Craig and Manny and Ashley Love Triangle. Like I said, I just wish Ashley played more of a role instead of just being the girlfriend who got cheated on. And I do feel like for the younger generation, as far as the Emma and Manny era, this is my favorite Love Triangle. But like I said, for the entire show all around, the Miles, Zig, and my Love Triangle, nothing can ever touch that. I'm just sorry. But as always, it is nice talking to y'all, and catch y'all on my next video.